race to 6, as it has been throughout these group stages. No match clock, but we are playing with a 30-second shot clock. The man known as the Hammer hammers in his first break. It's been a dominant performance so far from Stevie this weekend. Not only has he won all 4 of his first matches, but generally he's won them convincingly. Just the one close one, 6-5 against Brian Halcrow in his first match. Since then, handed out a 6-1 to John Bibby, 6-1 to Michael Gibney. To Mark Fleming. Well, 6-4 against Mark Fleming, I should say. Having got off to such a good start, he'd obviously like to get the group wrapped up. Just get a couple of early frames on the board, he'll know that he's done enough.
Dangerous shot to play. Not landed ideal either.
Never going to be that easy to get into the 2 balls at the top of the table from where the ones at the bottom were located. Done quite well, although it was a rash shot on the 8 ball. He's done well to get it into open play, and it's finished about as well as it could have done. The red's also in a good spot though, so knows he needs to get these. Can cut this in with no problem, but it's where the white goes afterwards. Can have quite a lot of pace on it. He's looking to try and cannon the red that's near the left-hand cushion. If he could have just caught that fairly full, he'd have been nicely on the balls at the top of the table. As it is, he's now left himself an awkward one. Not a shot you love to leave yourself, but didn't have much choice, and he played it well.
I think he thought he was going to flick it a little bit further off the rail, but he has got the long shot down into this bottom left-hand corner. Got it. It's a great pot. I think he can just cut this back into the middle. Much more further over, I don't think he can make it, but I think this is fine. Oof. How close was that cue ball, Mark?
Yeah, I think he thought he could hit it fine enough that he wouldn't get near the jaws of the pocket, but heart and mouth stuff for a moment there. Can he hit back with a clearance of his own? He's also had a good weekend. 3 wins from 4. Opened up with a 6-3 win over Brian Halcrow, 6-1 over John Bibby, 6-4 over Michael Gibney, and then just the one loss, 6-2 to Mark Fleming.
Well, he clattered that one in, John McAllister. Got his red out, but he's not landed ideal. He's been a little bit, do you say unfortunate? I think you do, because I think just by belting that ball so hard down that rail, I think he deserved better.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a brave man that hits a ball as hard as that into ball down the rail. Could have expected to be slightly nicer on something. Well, it's pulling out the trick shots now.
Still at the table.
Well, this has been impressive stuff for the first couple of shots, but still got work to do.
Has all the shots in the locker, McAllister. And when he won that pro title, he's pulling them out from all over the place.
Yeah, he's a class player, former world champion. Everyone knew how good he was when he came over to become an ultimate pool professional. And he's got off to a very quick start.
Always very unfazed.
And only a year and a half playing on the Ultimate Pool Pro Series. Got 3 pieces of silverware already. Won the Players' Championship, Pro Series event and the Players' Cup. Yeah, and just as we hype him up, he bashes the ball onto the far jaw of the middle pocket. Didn't miss that by far, but at that pace you had to be dead heart of the pocket.
Great long pot there from Dempsey.
It's always an extra freedom in frames that you weren't really expecting to win. You sort of feel like you've been given a bonus chance.
Oh, so to cut it.
Yeah, just trying to drift it in with a load of side, wasn't he?
Yeah. Just a bit too soft for the side he put on. It's thrown a cue ball. John McCallister's had a reprieve.
Both of these players, potential tournament winners for any event they enter. Both been in decent form as well, so be fancying their chances of this European Open. It's a different mindset really when you're coming in as one of the tournament favourites. This group stage you're not really seeing as a challenge to get through, you're seeing it as a chance to get the best draw you can for the last 64 by finishing high in your group, and you're seeing it as a chance to play yourself into some good form. Needed 2 bites of the cherry, but good stuff from McAllister. He levels up. Stevie Dempsey repeat that. Well, first bit's gone well. One of each colour down. First glance, the reds look to be the balls of choice. A couple of yellows on the side cushion. Why that yellow is over the middle pocket, it's also providing a big bag for the red that's in that area, should he want to play that into the middle. Just relentless over the last couple of seasons, Stevie Dempsey. The run he went on at the end of the 23 season was pretty crazy. Two runners up spots and 2 trophies over the course of 5 Pro Series events. Slightly slimmer pickings this time out. Best result so far on the Pro Series this season, 2 last 16s, which for a player that was in 4 finals last time out, I guess has to be seen as a slight disappointment. Still right at the top of the rankings though, provisionally number 3 on the 2024 rankings. This is where the big pocket in the middle is going to be helpful for Stevie. It means that he can play this ball with a bit more confidence and a bit more pace.
Yeah, you can just pop this in now, just basically stop the keyboard dead or even screw back a little bit. Just make sure of the pot straight into the yellow. Nicely done by Dempsey. And this to restore his lead.
Well, you can't do much more than this. Stevie Dempsey has had 2 breaks and he's had 2 breaking clearances so far in this match. So John McAllister again facing a single frame deficit as he steps up in frame 4. Another powerful break, but no friends this time. Maybe just a hair less pace than his last break. Decent chance. The yellow that Steve is queuing over pots to the opposite corner, so he can get that straight out the way. Quite as intended there, he's looking to leave himself a choice of the 2 balls to the right centre. You can see the one down the left rail. Don't know that he'd have really wanted to play it next, but it's one of the more difficult balls, so I guess be happy to get it out the way.
Extension called.
Could turn into a benefit, in fact, if he can make the pot. Kind of unlocks the rest of the pattern. Doesn't need to do too much with the cue ball here, just float this in. A nicely cued shot. Made it look easy, but that distance down the rail is very missable.
He's knocked in 2 of them down there now, is Stevie Dempsey.
Just about straight enough on this ball to the bottom left corner that you just hold the cue ball. Find out in a minute what his intentions are for the 8 ball. Tight to the top left hand corner. May just squeeze in. Yeah, that's what he has played for.
Yeah, I thought all along because he's playing quite quickly there. I thought he fancied this in there. Flew. Well, Stevie Dempsey now gets 2 in front of John McCallister. It didn't sort of. I mean, he's made a ball, but it didn't sort of split. You know, the middle of the core of the pack didn't really move. The black and the red still stuck together, not moved an inch.
Bit of traffic, as you say, with those balls clustered around the black spot. Showing himself equal to any challenge so far this match. 3 first visit clearances in the first 4 frames. Oh, well, that's a surprising miss. I think He was just trying to force an angle there, maybe just trying to pot it on the thick side, but ended up hitting it hard onto the jaw. First sign of any weakness. He's been so relentless so far. Playing that shot, he's just slightly opened up the middle of the table as well, so now John has got a clear path to the winning line.
And how many 3-1 leads have we seen pulled back to 3-3 over the course of the last couple of days, Mark? Lots.
Yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon amongst good players for matches to be close, but I do feel like we've seen more close matches and mini comebacks than we have in a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
It's almost like you're expecting it now. Somebody goes off to a lead and you'd assume normally that they would be a comfortable winner, and then suddenly the other guy is back. Just slightly over-exuberant positional shot off his first ball, just screwed back a bit further than he wanted to, so he's just had to slightly reroute. Still going, but just making life a little bit more difficult. Oh, that's a good shot. Just needed to rest that yellow somewhere near the pocket so that he'd be able to make an angle off it.
Yep, position the key now for John. Get the cue ball in the middle of that table. Looks pretty good. Going to play the one into the bottom left-hand corner now. Come up, back up for the one in the centre. Just wants to look to see where he wants to be. To get on that black, that's his tricky one. In an ideal world, he'd rather have played the one in the centre now and play that one down the bottom and like an but I think he's just come a bit too far.
Yeah, no way he can hold the one to the middle, so if he did play that, he'd have to play around the angles, which brings a bit more jeopardy in. He's just going to have to commit, as you say, to the more straightforward path.
He's got that angle now. He could probably pot this into the centre, screw the cue ball and bump into the red that's just above the black. Or even, if he could pinch the angle, he could screw back straight past it. Then again, he could run down and play it in the middle now, looking at the gap there. That's exactly what he's going to do. All the time I've completely ruled out that middle bag because I thought it was blocked, but a lot easier than it was when I originally looked. The result's still the same though. It's McAllister. Pegs one back.
Well, good news, bad news.
Little wry smile there from John. He's thinking, how on earth have all the reds gone to one side of the table, all the yellows like swimming on it, and he's ended up stuck in the corner jaw.
Yeah, you don't look at those reds immediately fancying them, but I don't fancy his chance of potting a yellow, so...
Well, he could play the yellow he's next to, long into the bottom right-hand corner if he really wanted to be brave, but not saying that John's a chicken, but he's probably just going to play the red, and at 3-2 down he doesn't want to go and gift anything to Stevie Dempsey.
Played a good shot here because you can open up the balls at the top of the table. You can come off the side rail and just bump out the one that's below or screw straight into it below the one he's hitting. So now everything does have a pocket from what hadn't looked a great position a couple of shots ago. It's quite thin on the ball up the rail, but you can use that yellow that's to the left of the cue ball as a stopper to kill the white if he needs to.
Yeah, played it perfectly. So once again, is 3-1 going to become 3-3?
Yeah, feels like if you were a betting man, you could be betting on pretty much that eventuality every match right now. Well, it's a good chance for that. It was a decent break apart from where the cue ball finished up, but as a result of that, he's had to play some quite delicate positional shots.
Lovely red there from McAllister. This has been an exquisite finish from John, and there we go, 3 apiece.
So, having seen his lead eroded, Stevie Dempsey back in action on the break. For a moment, it looks like those balls are all going to stop each other going to the top right, but one of them has eventually fallen in.
Yellows look the colour for Stevie.
I often see this from Stevie. He's very quick in amongst the balls when there's a simple finish on, but just likes to take a moment to be sure he's going the right way. These good tournament results he's had lately have all been as a result of consistency. He's been getting all the clearances he goes for. He's not landing himself in trouble by chasing after balls that aren't there.
He'd like to get the cue ball off the rail a bit further there, because it's going to be a little bit harder to just get the cue ball over for the yellow, but he's going to just roll it and use the black ball to shove the cue ball over for the last yellow into the bottom right hand corner. Heavy. And there. And that's going to be very thin cut for Dempsey now into this bottom right hand corner. He's just looking to see where he wants to make contact with the yellow. Made the pot. Good recovery there from Stevie Dempsey. And this black to get back in front again. In it goes. It's 4-3 Dempsey. Thought I'd add that in as Josh came past us in the commentary box to put his cue. He's just hidden his cue away. See his little face and a big beaming smile. Good old Josh. It wasn't a lie, he's a fabulous player. Dempsey plays the plant. And as that yellow stopped soon enough so that he can get to it now. At the bottom of the table. Yellow beneath the black, that definitely goes into the corner. I think actually Stevie would probably play the yellow that's just next to this red into the middle first. Get rid of that one, because that one doesn't go into the left hand middle. There's only one pocket for that, so get a shot of that. Get rid of the yellow beneath the black, then the other bottom yellow, and then it's the 3 at the top last. And we could see a break away from the normal pattern. played that nicely, Dempsey. That yellow that's just below the cue ball, he wants to leave that till last to get up to the black.
Feels like if this match did somehow go to a decider, Stevie would just break and clear. So almost inevitability about it right now.
Yeah, nicely played there. Just took his time there, Stevie, because there was about 2 or 3 different routes he could go, and sometimes you think, hang on a minute, do I go that way, and you get yourself sort of stuck there with when you're spoilt for choice. It's been a quick 5 finish here from Dempsey, and this is 5-3 on the hill, and on the hill he goes.
So can he wrap things up with yet one more 8-ball clearance from the break? Stevie Dempsey breaks off in frame 9. Well, hold the presses, a rare dry break. Not an ideal position this for John, but better this than the alternative of being sat in your chair.
Yeah, no quick remedy for these balls.
It's not a match that's hugely pressured from John's perspective now. He's past the point at which he's able to top this group, and he knows he's already qualified, so some element of playing for pride and quality of performance. Well, that might be all right. It may just deflect that red far enough that he can squeeze it past the yellow. Tell you what, if he gets out from here, this would be some clearance. And suddenly, from a position where you couldn't really see any reasonable attacking option, he's actually fashioned himself a chance.
Yeah, he's good at that, John. You think balls are dead and there's nothing there, and he can carve out opportunities for himself. Playing up the top there, another good shot.
This has been very good indeed. The old cliche, it's a shame there has to be a loser in this match, because both players have turned up with quite some standard of play.
This has been a fabulous finish from John McAllister. I mean, from really pretty much nothing was left, and I said there'd be no quick remedy to this frame. Well, John's proved me wrong. That's a great finish.
A great finish, and when he needed it most, John McCallister, facing defeat, comes up with the first of the 3 frames he needs. Oh, how close was that red to dropping? That's come up dry though. So, first chance for Stevie Dempsey to close this match out. You'd feel in terms of attacking options he'd have to go for reds because of the red being the pocket side of the plant, bottom left. With this white just sneaking past, he really wanted to go past that red, then giving himself options either up the table or he could have played the red onto the plant. It's going to be hard to continue from here. There might be an adventurous shot to flick off the red and play into the plant. I don't know if he's going to be tempted by that.
Get safe. He did, he tried it. I think he actually tried to get that plant there. I thought he was going to try and play off the red into the cushion and try and knock the two balls apart, but just he sort of jabbed at it when he wasn't ready to play it, and there you see committing the foul.
Yeah, it's not often you see that. It's come a long way short of hitting the cushion.
And giving obviously ball in hand to John McAllister. The way John knocked in that last finish, you certainly wouldn't rule him out pulling out another one. There's that other yellow down towards the bottom of the table which will connect to the red and the yellow at the bottom. He could play off that and knock the red in the same shot and free the pocket up. Won't be surprised if he does it now because he's got a perfect angle. Goes into red and yellow on this bottom left hand side.
Ideally he wants to go fairly full into the yellow, then it will stay somewhere near the pocket. Oh, that's perfect.
Perfectly played by McAllister. Now the door's been swung open for John to push this match to 5 each.
As you correctly predicted, that's the pattern we've seen in so many games.
Well, it sort of broke slightly as Dempsey went 5-3 up, but it's looking like the outcome's still going to be the same. We're going to see a one-frame decider. And again, it's been another match of high quality.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, these two...
Well, Dempsey's not done a lot wrong, has he? All right, he just fluffed his lines a little bit there, but McAllister's been... Well, the last couple of finishes have been of the higher end of the spectrum. But you expect it now from John, don't you? Just when he goes to the table, you think he's going to clear. He never looks flustered. Well, he isn't flustered. That's why he never looks flustered. He's like a machine when he gets going. A juggernaut.
Yeah, I mean, both of them, they've not been rolling finishes. They've both broken well, which has split the balls up, but they've had to play some shots in quite a few of the frames. A couple of these McAllister finishes, as you say, were from positions that weren't really there.
Let's just have a tad short there. I mean, he can sort of come between the two reds now, near that middle bag, and off the two rails and back up for the black, or we can screw down. Well, I wouldn't have played it that way, and he's got away with that one. He just put his hand up there. I think he thought he could go natural through that gap, and I didn't think he could. I thought he had to sort of stun it into the two rails.
Yeah, that didn't look like it was on, but he's going to be happy with the result.
Yeah, he dodged a bullet there.
Oh, surely he hasn't left this short.
He's just done what Dempsey did.
That's extraordinary. Twice in a frame, a player has left a ball short. That time a straight black.
He's laughing. I mean, yeah.
Well, have you ever seen a professional do that in a
two
match
feathers
before?
in the same frame. Two little jabbies.
That's incredible. He's left it way short of the pocket as well.
Yeah. We're just worried about the cue ball coming back and hitting his tip sort because you're very close to it, and it's one of them. But well, how bizarre. A very bizarre final frame, if it is to be the final frame, which you think it would be, with basically Stevie Dempsey's two reds now and the black that are pretty much tap-ins. And this is going to give Stevie Dempsey a 6-4 victory. Just this simple black. And the man from Ireland will be home and dry.
What a performance that was from Stevie Dempsey. And what a performance it was from John McAllister right up until the moment when he left the 8 ball short of the pocket, clearing up to force a deciding frame.